It's YouTube, babies. I don't know if it got me because I just kind of said it a little bit too early, I think.
We'll find out.
So how's my sleepy buddy?
Oh, I'm pretty good. Just ready for a
Yeah,
little honk shoe time.
nice. Honking the shoes. Okay, so I got two questions. I got a question and a story. Which do you want first? One's basketball, the other is not basketball. You already know what it's about.
Let's do the story.
Okay, so when I went and saw Superman at AMC, there was like I walk in. This is like Sunday, like 11:30, 11 o'clock. So it's like an early matinee. Also on a Sunday. It's like it's the time that you go when you don't want to be around people,
Of
basically.
course, every time I go.
And I walk in and there's a Superman cosplayer and then some Fantastic Four cosplayers just sitting in the lobby, hanging out. And I'm like, that's weird because this is 11 a.m. on a Sunday. This isn't opening night. And then as I'm leaving, they're still in the fucking lobby. They didn't go see a movie at all. They just were hanging out.
Okay.
So like I was thinking in my head, I'm like, did AMC just hire these people? Like or like or did they work there or something? But then I see Fantastic Four opening day, okay? You know what wasn't there opening day of Fantastic Four? The Fantastic Four cosplayers.
So, was it like a group of four and they were all
I
four
didn't
members?
So respectfully to them, I didn't want to make eye contact because I didn't want them to be like, "Hey, you want a picture?" Because I'm like, I most certainly don't. I'm here at 11 a.m. on a Sunday. I just want to watch this damn movie and leave. So like,
Yep.
I saw some blue and then I saw the Superman for sure, and so I'm like, "What are you doing, guys? I want to understand this. Like, I'm genuinely curious. I'm not curious enough to talk to you."
Yeah, that would be a huge mistake. I don't know. It's so weird. That's so weird.
Yeah, because it's like I 100% understand if like AMC, because I don't know how their franchises work. Maybe I'm assuming someone just owns that AM like that specific AMC. It's like they pay a franchising fee and all that stuff because that's like kind of the norm with a lot of franchises. And so I wouldn't be surprised if they own that. They're like, hey, let's get some cosplayers for this comic book movie. But why not opening night? Why not a Sunday matinee?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it has anything to do with AMC. I think they just wanted to be there dressed up on a Sunday.
But then, like with that, then though, because like I could see it being like someone with money being like, yeah, just come dressed up as these characters. But then like, why would you come dressed up like the Fantastic Four? Like if you're that level of nerd that you're like, yeah, I got these costumes, like you would come dressed as like Guy Gardner and Hawk Girl.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like so I've been like meaning to tell you about this, but I kept forgetting. And then like it was even weirder after I saw Fantastic Four and there was no cosplayers.
Right. I think it'd be even funnier if the cosplayers were for characters not in either of those movies.
Yeah, that'd be great.
It's just like there's a She-Hulk, a Bawana Beast, and someone else.
Okay, and then my basketball related question for you. So I saw a post. I don't remember which player it is, but there's a new Bucks player and he's getting Brooke Lopez's number. And the person was like, "How dare you get Brooke Lopez's number? That number needs to be retired." And then his argument was like they won a championship, blah blah blah. In my personal opinion, there's only two players on that championship team that like 100% retire their number. That's Giannis and Middleton. You
Mhm.
can make the argument for Brooke, and I think you can make the argument for Drew and also, oddly enough, Bobby Portis. Because Bobby Portis is like beloved in Milwaukee. So like I could see his number getting retired. But it's like I don't think it's set in stone that those three are getting their numbers retired. That's I'm tossing the ball to you now as the Bucks fan.
I think I think it really could just go either way. Like I don't want to say that it'll never happen again. The Bucks 1-1, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
But I don't know. Giannis is a generational talent.
Hmm.
So it's like, do you kind of just make that team a thing? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? plenty of teams are like, oh, it's the well, with the Bears, the '88 Bears that won their one Super Bowl. They still do stuff for that one single team. So it's like when you don't have too many players you can like whose numbers you can retire there. I feel like yeah, Brooke probably could be one of those.
Yeah. Like I think personally, as someone that just would watch them sporadically, I would put him above Drew, even though I think Drew is more important to the championship. But he was
Agreed.
there, like Brooke was there longer. He was like he honestly, and this is no disrespect to Giannis, made Giannis's defense look better
Mhm.
too when he was like because like peak Brooke was like helping Giannis a lot, and that it was like the best team defense too because you had Drew and then those fucking giant mooses down at the bottom,
Yeah.
going ham on everybody. So
Well, and even when Brooke was playing that prime defense too, there was a reason they called him Splash Mountain. He was also just nailing threes left and right.
yeah,
So
that that was one of those things where it's like, how did that work out for Budenholzer? Just to be like, hey, Brooke, you know how you don't shoot threes? We'll start. He's like, okay.
yeah, and it looks so silly too. Kind of like Jokic, right? He just and it will
Yeah.
just go in. But I mean,
So
he's a giant of a man, so.
so if that
But
team
yeah,
gets a statue, do you think Bryn Forms should be in that statue? He scored more points than Jimmy Butler that game.
I think Bren probably doesn't make the statue,
Damn.
but PJ Tucker should.
Yeah, I love some PJ Tucker. Like, don't get
I
me wrong. When he fell off pretty hard, but still, his attitude is just the best.
I'm just trying to think like Kareem, Michael Redd probably, uh Brandon Jennings, Giannis, Chris, maybe Brooke, Oscar Robinson. If you absolutely needed another spot, you could do Ray Allen for his rookie season, but that would never happen.
Yeah.
So there's at least seven. Am I missing any other big ones?
I mean, I don't know. Honestly, the Bucks are such a blind spot for me. Like outside of like Kareem and Oscar, and then it cuts to like really Giannis and like that era because it's just like there were some dark days for that team.
Many
Andrew
dark
Bogut.
days. Yes. Ursan Ilyasova.
Oh, Tony Snell.
Yes, yes,
The
Milwaukee
big the
legend.
big zero.
Absolutely. But yeah, just for that like late 90s into the like 2000s era, Michael Redd was a big deal and Brandon Jennings. Like he I like him, but he kind of does the whole like, oh, how do you say this respectfully? Like he's at a bunch of games and he's always like makes himself a part of everything, even though
Okay, yeah.
his team didn't do anything. He's just always part of like celebrations and stuff, which I mean, it's whatever, right? Maybe the guy just really loved being a part of the team, and that's fine. Um, it's not as bad as like Drake, who never played basketball and makes
Yeah.
himself a part of the celebrations. It's like he was a team member and he was one of the best players at that time.
And if I remember right, and this could be completely wrong, but I remember a highlight, like a Brandon Jennings highlight, where he like they were down and he just fucking came back
Hmm.
bigger than shit. It was awesome.
Yeah,
So I
absolutely.
mean, like that type of hotness it's always nice.
Absolutely. And I think he was like a mentor to Middleton and stuff too, which is pretty
Okay,
cool.
nice.
So anyway, I guess, to answer your question in short, yeah, I give it to Brooke.
Okay. Any others? Do you think Drew and Bobby and anyone else that because like those two, I think would say we'll say fringe, but
Yeah, definitely fringe. I wouldn't like Bobby, since he's been around for sure, but Drew is what, 2 seasons,
Maybe three.
maybe 3 seasons. It's tough to say him, even though he was so important. I don't know. If it were 3 seasons, I'd say sure. But if it were
Okay.
just two, I think probably not. I don't know why three sounds like such a better number to me than two,
Yeah.
but
Well, it's enough for him to get the extension that I think he ended up having when he went over to,
yeah,
then got traded to Portland and Boston. So
yeah, for sure.
does Dame
Portland
get his
legend.
does Dame get his jersey retired?
No, I think without a doubt he will in Portland, which is
Oh,
deserved.
100% Portland.
So, all right. Shall we do our episode? Oh,
Let's do it, man.
we need an opener. So let's who did who was a teammate for Bogut?
Dude, I don't know. I remember watching that draft though. That was the white boy draft, if I remember right, because it was like Bogut and there's this kid. His name was he was like way older than me, but his name was like Morrison, I think. He had like this shitty mustache, big long hair. He was white as all hell. People were like, this guy. You know who else was white? Larry Bird. This guy's the next Larry Bird. It's crazy. And then like I think he ended up getting like he wasn't very good anyway because it's like he just didn't have the athleticism to kind of keep up with the NBA, but he got injured a bunch too. But yeah, it was just one of those things where it's like white and can shoot. Larry Bird it is.
Oh, Urson was playing at that time. Okay, we
Okay.
got it. You want to be Bogut?
Sure. Because he's got a bit more beef. I got a bit more beef on you, so it counts.
And I feel like Urson was with the Bucks for a long time.
Ooh, Pau Gasol's another Bucks legend that could
Oh
get us a
gosh.
draft.
And he was injured for most of it.
Man, that guy, I'm just such not a fan.
Urson was on the Bucks from '05 to '07, then '09 to 2015,
Oh
and
wow.
then 2018 to 2020.
They just couldn't quit him.
No. I mean, he had some games where he everything he shot was going in,
Yeah.
but okay, here we go. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Two Worlds Podcast. I'm Jake, and with me, as always, is the Andrew Bogut to my Ursan Ilyasova. It's Casey. What's up, buddy?
Nothing much, man. What's up with you?
Not much. We're just reminiscing about the 2005 Milwaukee Bucks roster.
I think they peaked at that point, you know?
For sure.
I'm big in the middle part. Or it's not quite a middle part, but almost the middle part. It's looking good on you, bud.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Trying something new here lately.
S- Sometimes I do it. I do that when I'm on video chat with Bree because she hates it, and I'll do it like, but I'll do it like really, really bad, and she's just like, "Stop it! I'm gonna hang up."
Yeah. Not everybody can rock it. It's
No,
almost the 1990s, main character in a teen movie haircut.
yeah, you have to have that type of hair. Like my hair is fucking insane, so it doesn't really work.
All right, we do have a YouTube comment before we get into the news. It's from Gerblaw, Mr. Nick. He says, for my Fantastic Four, I'm going to go for one, the Secret Six. By the way, what was our Fantastic Four? Characters we wanted around more or
Obscure
something?
characters.
Okay. The Secret Six, preferably by Gail Simone, and preferably the team just before it was canceled to make the new 52, but I'll read any of it. That's one of my all-time favorite comics. I think I mentioned this before, but like a year or two ago, I read that first volume for the first time and really enjoyed it as well. To the new Warriors, it doesn't have to be the OG team since that was kind of the point, but it'd be nice to have most of them, or even just Speedball and Nova, and that's the whole book. That would be awesome. Those two doing the buddy cop thing after all the changes they've been through. Three, Ursa Major. I might have a similar thing with bears that Casey has with monkeys and a big Russian bear man. That's awesome. Maybe I'll write a buddy cop series where him and Puck bond over their love for hockey whilst chasing down Omega Red. I'd read
I
that
mean, I'm
book.
I'm here for that. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
And then for the Howling Commandos, the monster ones. I know it's a ripoff of the Creature Commandos, but honestly, old school horror movie monsters in shield uniforms, I'll read all of that. The dumber the better. Honorable mentions Beta Ray Bill, Red Robin, or just Tim Drake, since where is he now? Impulse and Strong Guy. Well, I'm with you there on. Well, really, I have not read much Strong Guy, but Beta Ray Bill, Red Robin, and Impulse, I think would be very fun.
And to answer the Tim Drake question though, I guess he's going to be coming back in the next Batman run. There was a big picture that came out with like Timmy D next to Brucey W.
Hmm.
So, that's a thing. And then also, I mean, I will say Speedball, as long as he's Speedball and he doesn't go back to emo penance, I'd be
Yeah,
all about the New Warriors.
yeah. I I wish that this new Batman thing, Tim would just come back in that cool Red Robin costume. Why not?
Yeah.
He doesn't have to have his Robin costume.
Yeah, it would be better for him to actually I hated the Drake title, but like any of those other iterations than Robin, so it's like he's grown past that.
Yeah,
100% is just better than him being like, "Well, I'm back to being Robin." It's like, okay, you weirdo. It's
yeah.
like,
I mean, once Dick did Nightwing, he never went back to Robin that I know of.
I don't think so, yeah.
So,
Except for, there's those times Babs was like, "Dress up in those little shorts for me." He's like, "Yes, ma'am."
yeah. It's like, calm down, Tom Taylor, you horny bastard.
It's like, and hey, this is Tom Taylor writing. I'm like, hey, and Dick Grayson, she actually killed your parents too. It's like that's weird, but okay.
Yeah, the I've not really read too much of the Howling Commandos. I had a book where I feel like they teamed up with Elsa Bloodstone, maybe. I could be just making that up.
It
Maybe that's,
sounds like something.
yeah. But I haven't really read Creature Commandos too much either. But both are cool teams.
Hmm.
All right. Well, thanks, Nick. We appreciate it as always. And now we can get into the news. I didn't have shit this week.
Oh,
Literally not a thing. So, Casey, it's all you.
alrighty, buddy. So this is like not this is barely news, but we didn't have anything to talk about, so I was like, well, whatever. Someone tweeted at James Gunn about the Teen Titans script, and he's like, there isn't one. And like Anna Noguera, or how you say her name, she hasn't started on the Teen Titans script yet, even though she's been announced that she's writing it. So I'm assuming it's just kind of like they, whenever she came in with the Wonder Woman script, they were like, we like, or the Supergirl script, like, we like this a lot. What else do you got? And she's like, here's my idea for these two things. And they're like, cool, you're in. I'm assuming that's what it was.
Right.
Might not have been, but it makes sense. So, let's hope her Supergirl and her Wonder Woman are good and she keeps it going well with Teen Titans.
I hope so too. I hope we don't get into a cycle where, like with Superman, I loved it, you were okay on it, but we both feel good about DC stuff going forward. I feel like we have to have that same test movie with her, right? And it's like, oh, okay, well then the next two will be okay, or they won't be.
Yeah.
So I hope it's
I
not just like a constant cycle. I hope everything is just like pretty good.
yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I think, especially since you really liked the Superman movie, I feel like since James Gunn gets to say, he probably sees this and it's like, oh, oh, whoops, so sorry. These are things that I really, really like. in this thing, and so you'll, I mean, since you really liked 100% what James Gunn would like in that movie, this might be like 70% James Gunn or whatever.
Right.
You'll probably end up liking this unless the characterization is just really shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So it's like that's you're probably gonna be good. I'm the jaded asshole that might be like, I didn't really care much for this, you know?
Oh man. All right. Next.
Okay, so next bit. This I just saw on Twitter. I'm kind of like, this is pretty cool. We're getting a Batman, a Green Arrow, Question, Black Label book. It's the three of them together solving crimes, I guess. It's all gonna be by Gabriel Hardman. I don't know, but he does the art. He's gonna do the art and the story. The cover looked cool. It's just like the one thing is like I don't know if you've read all of Denny O'Neil's Question Run, but both of those characters popped up in it, and they both outclassed him like outclassed the question like crazy to the point where you're like, should they really be teaming up with him? It's kind of like like a Make-A-Wish kid with two two A-list celebrities. It's like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, but that could still work out. I mean, just because he is outclassed by them doesn't mean he can't be helpful on the team.
Yeah. And like you can also make the argument that with like at least I'm trying to think with Batman they didn't actually do anything. Batman just basically threatened him like you're not good enough to be a superhero. And then like Green Arrow completely threw him, completely outclassed him. But it was like if I remember right, it's been years, but Vic had just read The Watchmen. He's like, this Rorschach guy's pretty cool. I'm gonna be like him. He tried to be more like him, and he was like fucking everything up. And he's like, this book's stupid. And he throws it away, and then he just goes back to being himself. So it's like he was kind of like at that point where he was, he
Yeah,
wasn't 100% Vic. He was Rorschach Vic, which I thought was funny.
I agree. The thing I had to look up what I knew Gabriel Hardman from, and I haven't read this, but I've flipped through the book several times because it's just so pretty. But he did the Green Lantern Earth One several years ago.
Okay.
Uh, but he like his blacks and grays and his inks are just really fucking solid. And obviously, those three characters solving crimes is going to be like a dark, not like, morality dark, although probably that too. It's just going to be a dark looking book. And I think he's going to do that really well.
Yeah. Speaking of morality, so I'm interested if it gets into the philosophy of all three because they're similar but very different. That was one of the big things with the question book and probably one of the reasons why I need to read it because I don't think I was. I mean, I'm still not smart, but I don't think I was as smart as I am now when I was reading it. So I was like, I don't really get all this stuff that he's talking about. Why does he just punch people more, But
Right. I just saw the cover though. It looks pretty solid.
yeah, it looks awesome. And then lastly, this is like a bunch of Spider-Man stuff all at once. We got a first look at Spider-Man's costume for the next movie. Did you see it?
I did.
Looks good.
I don't love it.
What don't you love about it? I mean, it just looks like a Spider-Man costume.
Yeah, but I like the webbing to be all over it.
Oh, okay.
It's fine.
Yeah. I mean, you're just a little too picky, I guess.
Yeah. Hey,
Um,
you didn't love Superman? I don't love this Spidey costume. Just
I
let me live
mean,
my life.
no. Me and your mom have been talking about this a lot. You need to really like look at this costume again and love it a little bit.
Look, I think Thomas had the worst suits of the three Spider-Men.
I would say Garfield did, but I think Tom's looked the best, but like the actual like Iron Man shit was terrible. But I actually like the looks of the suits. Like you put those in a comic book, just the designs, or even like the video games. I'm like, yeah, these are awesome. But I Garfield's are it's just like you're trying way too hard to be different for me. And it's like, why?
But it's Spider-Man suits.
I mean, like his is like the way they do the colors. It was always like it was because they were trying to, like because Toby's is like from the comics, pretty much. And then like Garfield's, they tried to like tweak it, and it just didn't work as well as Toby's, and then or Holland's.
Hmm, I don't know. I mean,
Let us know down below.
it looks a little Kevlar-y, but I don't think it looks that much different
Yeah.
personally, but whatever.
But let us know down below, guys. Who has a good suit? Who's got a bad one? But
Toby's is still the best though.
yeah, and I agree with that. Next up though, as far as Spider-Man stuff, you know how this movie's gonna be a nice street level movie where he's not gonna do anything too crazy. He's just gonna fight street levelers. The Hulk's in it. He's gonna fight the Hulk, known street leveler, Mark Ruffalo's Hulk.
They're gonna fight? Thought
I
they were gonna
mean,
be like a team up.
he's gonna be in it, so I'm assuming like it's a Marvel movie. They're gonna fight because they're like Hulk's gonna be like, "Oh, who are you, Spider's thing?" And you know that type of shit. There is one person online that did a really bad edit though, where it's gonna be like Mark Ruffalo turns into the Hulk because this person forgot that Mark Ruffalo Bruce controls the Hulk now. But you know, he turns into the Hulk and he's like, Bruce forgot you, Spider-Man, but I didn't. It's like they never even had like any camera time together. Why would they be friends?
Yeah. I mean, they've not interacted at all, right?
I don't think so.
Hmm.
And then the
Okay.
last rumor, Sadie Sink's character, the rumor, take this with a grain of salt. She's gonna play an amalgamation of two characters. They didn't say one of them, but the other one that she's gonna be kind of like Carly Cooper, if you remember her.
Nope.
She was that redhead that Peter dated kind of in uh Dan Slott's run, where she was like the forensic girl.
Oh,
And so
okay.
Sadie's gonna play her, but then also she's got another person. And everyone's like, she's gonna be Black Cat, and you know, amalgamation of those two
Why?
because reasons. I mean, they've wanted,
That's dumb as hell if they do that.
yeah, they've been wanting to put Black Cat, and Sony especially has been wanting to put Black Cat in one of these movies. So, you know, yeah. Oh,
They
and
should
this is
just thank you. Casey waved
um
at you.
and so the one other thing too that I just
Also,
remembered.
what else has she been in, by the way?
She did, oh, it was that like Stranger Things show, and then also like she was the redhead in Stranger Things, and then she was also in that Fear Street, the the last one that they made. She played young Gillian Jacobs.
Oh, okay. I
But
haven't seen either of those things.
yeah, I mean,
But she
Stranger
doesn't
Things,
look like Felicia Hardy, I can tell you that.
no, not at all. But yeah, so I'm kind of like whatever. Like doesn't sound good, doesn't sound like a good idea, but I'll probably still watch the movie.
You know what?
And
I still haven't seen his second movie with
I,
Mysterio.
believe it or not, I did when I was in the hospital. I watched a lot of FX and they played a lot of Spider-Man.
How is it?
It was fine. I mean, I was also hooked up to a lot of drugs, so I think that might have helped. Um, really quick, one other thing that I remember, but I didn't write down on the notes because, like, I don't think it's true. But there is a rumor that Dakota Johnson of our favorite Spider-Man movie was seen on the set of the new Spider-Man movie.
Dude, I would be really shocked if she came back. There's no
You,
way, right?
if she comes back, you got to cosplay as Madam Web, and so do I at the screenings of our separate things. But we got to go on a matinee on a Sunday just to be really weird.
Fine, but I'm finding a wheelchair and I'm gonna take up a handicap spot.
Perfect. I'm gonna not. I'm gonna have a wheelchair, but I'm gonna like cosplay it up so it looks like the like the cartoon chair that she'd always sit in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be 100% that. People sitting behind me are gonna probably not care because the movie won't be very good.
They're not going to be talking about the movie afterwards, but they will be talking about you.
Yeah, they're like, this is so weird. A matinee on a Sunday. Someone's dressed as Madam Web.
And I'm pretty sure it was a guy.
Yeah, I mean, he looked great, but not like, but also like he went old. He didn't go with like the hit cool
You went,
new.
you went with old lady Madam Web.
Yeah, it was weird. Like, why didn't he just do the Dakota Johnson one? That's the one that we all know and love.
Hmm. I wish they would. I wish they would bring Sydney Sweeney in to do Spider Girl. One, because she's mega hot, but two, that's she had the best costume in that whole movie.
Yeah. Honestly, all those girls, excluding Dakota Johnson's Madam Web, had great costumes. It's just like, boy, it'd be nice if we saw them more than fast clips.
5 minutes, maybe.
Maybe. Oh man, that movie. Can't wait till we get to that.
I know. I was gonna say, I guess I'll get to that Mysterio movie eventually, huh?
Yeah. Man, I still wish
Are we gonna do like I don't know. I think eventually we should just do probably every comic movie, but like the Universal ones, like the Eric Bana Hulk and stuff like that too, I feel like should
I
be.
I think we should just go by studio. So like we're doing Sony right now. And then 30 years from now, when we're done, we'll go to, we'll just draw out of a hat, be like, oh, look at this. We've got fucking Fox, and now we gotta watch the X-Men and Fantastic Four. And then we go from there.
Yeah. I wouldn't hate rewatching those. I don't really dislike those that much except for X3.
So it's like, I would say, like with the X-Men, like with Fantastic Four, it's like first one pretty solid, second
Hmm.
one trash, and then it's like X-Men. X-Men 1 not very good, but it's like it's what you expect. It's the first one, whatever.
I still
X-Men
like it.
X-Men 2, awesome.
Yeah.
X-Men 3, dog shit. But then they bring it back. They're like, hey, look at this. Oh no, wait, we had X-Men Origins Wolverine. That's dog shit too. And then we had
First Class.
First Class. Fine. It's a
Good.
it's fine. I love how they go out of their way to be like, these suits are bulletproof, and then 5 seconds later, Professor X gets shot in the back. He's like, I can't feel my legs. It's like, I thought they were bulletproof, beasts. What are you doing?
Yeah, he kind of dropped the ball on
Yeah.
that.
He's like, everyone, this is bulletproof except for your spinal area. Don't get shot there.
He was probably testing it. One got through the spine, and he's like, "What are
What
the
are the
odds?"
odds? And then, oh, Days of Futures Past. Good.
Yeah.
I'll straight up
Yep.
say it.
Yep.
Then the one after that didn't see because I was like, this looks like
Apocalypse.
dog shit.
Horrendous.
Wait, wait, was there one before? We're missing one, aren't we? Oh
Are
wait,
we?
no, because then there's the fourth, the one after
There's Dark
Apocalypse even.
Phoenix.
Dark Phoenix. Okay, yeah, yeah. I watched parts of Apocalypse and like all I really took from that was like Isaac, like because it was like after I saw Oscar Isaac and the Star Wars, and I was like, that's the first movie I ever saw him, and I was like, is he and the Stormtrooper gonna make out? Like that's like when every time they would be talking, then I like watched him as Apocalypse, and like is Apocalypse and Professor X gonna make out? Like I'm like, what is with Oscar Isaac just like having weird sexual tension with everybody?
Yeah. I think I'm the only person on this entire planet that liked Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, that one I skipped. I was like, I'm good.
It was fun.
Okay, and then the Deadpool movies, the first two count as Fox's,
Hmm.
and
And they're both great.
I mean, I've seen the end of Deadpool 2. I never watched Deadpool 1. I think that's all for that one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's all the Wolverine movies.
Oh yeah, I forgot there's the second and there's Logan.
Yeah.
I
Logan's
hear
fucking
both.
awesome.
I hear the second one's even good too.
Which one?
The second
Oh,
one where he goes
the
to Japan.
Wolverine or whatever. It's
Yeah,
all right.
yeah,
Well, I remember thinking it's all right whenever I watched it, but I haven't seen it since then.
yeah. I hear like people that are not fans or like of those movies are like, yeah, this one's much better than the last one.
Well,
Yeah.
you can't just walk away, Jimmy.
And then Universal, that's just Hulk, correct?
Yes? Question mark?
And then I'm trying to think. Oh, we need to try to find the original Fantastic Four movie,
Oh, sure.
the Roger Corman one.
I think it's on YouTube, or at least it was
Okay.
one time. Yeah, I think the only one for Universal was Hulk.
Okay. Because I think they had name the rights to name her for a bit too, but they
Yeah.
just never did shit with it.
Well, okay, so was Incredible Hulk, like the Norton one, was that also Universal?
Yeah, so this is like how I've understood it from over the years. And if anyone's listening that can correct me, please do, because we love to learn. But basically, Universal had the rights to Hulk, but Marvel's like, hey, we're trying to do this thing. Could we use the Hulk? And they're like, fuck yeah, that sounds awesome. And because they were also distributing the movies at the time. So like technically, I think the first Iron Man had ties to Universal too, because it was like Marvel Studios pre-Disney. And
Okay.
then Disney bought them, and so that's why still to this day they can't really put out their own Hulk movie because Universal still has the rights to it. That's how I've
Interesting.
understood it.
I feel like Disney could buy that from Universal, no problem.
More than likely, but I probably think they also look at the box offices of the Hulk movies and be like, nah, we don't want it.
True. But I feel like I do think it's kind of weird that they didn't do like try to push for one.
Yeah, no, I wish they would have. But at the same time, it's like I think a lot of the things, and this is going to be me being very pessimistic, a lot of the things that are interesting about the Hulk that make him really kind of cool are stuff that don't sell well in big blockbuster movies outside of like the cool fucking fights and explosions. But like all of his stuff where like him having like multiple personalities and like dealing with his anger issues, like that's not, like people are gonna be like, oh wow, he's really dealing with his anger in a constructive way instead of hulking out. I love this. Like people aren't gonna be doing that. So
Yeah,
I get why, they aren't trying to push that movie, but it works really well when you're reading it.
true. I think what could work though is maybe taking some inspiration from the current run, like kind of do like a horror twist to it, and
Then
I think you could work both parts of that into it.
you could, but then like the problem with that too, in my opinion, and again, for the people listening, just tell us if we're wrong. But but that's harder than to like connect to the other other characters, like because they want to be making the big crossover movies to make money. But if Hulk is like this fucking
They're not fucking connecting stuff anyways. How many movies have had dead end fucking stingers?
I mean, no, that's true, but like if the whole plot of the movie is like Hulk as a monster, basically like doesn't have like is push Bruce Banner away, he's like doing all this disgusting shit, like where he transforms and he's fighting demons and stuff, and then you just have him show up in Avengers being like, "Hey guys, I'm Hulk again," like that type of thing. It's like you're just like, this doesn't work at all.
I get it, but what you just said sounds so fucking cool, and it's why I like the book so much.
Speaking of books, what'd you read this week, man?
Yeah, so I read Incredible Hulk number 27, The Last Halloween number 8, DC's Sonic the Hedgehog number 5, DC's California Love, Justice League Dark Tomorrow special. By the way, I thought that this book was Justice League Dark Tomorrow.
Yeah, that's
I
funny.
was wrong. The Nightwing Annual, The Pale Knight number 3, Sonic the Hedgehog 80, and Werewolf by Night Blood Moon Rise.
Man, you got more than me this week by a good margin, old boy.
I
So,
say,
what's the furthest place from here? Issue 22. You'll never guess what I'm going to say about this book. Uh, the world's greatest clobbering magazine, The Thing, issue 3. The Incredible Hulk, issue 27. Batman, the long Halloween, the last Halloween, 8 of 10, and Justice League Dark Tomorrow special number 1. So I think you got like four more than me. So I'll let you go there.
okay. Werewolf by Night Blood Moon Rise. This was just a one shot. There's two stories in it. One is written by Michael Giacchino with art by David Messina, and the other one was written and drawn by Jason Liu. It wasn't very good, honestly. Pretty disappointing. The first one is just Jack finds himself locked in Dracula's dungeons, and then he learns how to control the werewolf, and then he finds Man Thing and helps sets him free, and they catch Dracula on fire and make him escape, and then they leave the castle, and that's kind of it. Uh, and then the second one is just like a really short team up of Jack Russell, his sister Lisa Russell, who is the were demon by night, and then Jake Gomez, who's like the new Native American werewolf. And they run into nightmares. So they each have like a little, we have to overcome our inner fears. And then they do, and they run away. That's it. This doesn't tie into anything. Just two short stories that were pretty mediocre. So I'm gonna give it probably a five. Wish I liked it more.
Yeah. Really quick, I'll let you do another one, but I just wanted to tell you I got my comics from last week, and that Flash, whatever that wasn't the Flash, but was the Flash book, you should read it if you were like really craving like more stuff from the Starman stuff because they did a good job with Shade and they show like more of the characters from that from that little subsection of stuff. It was good.
Nice.
I'd recommend it though. Like since you liked Starman also, I just forgot to tell. I was gonna text you like, oh, I'll just tell him on the podcast, and I forgot.
I'll read it at the shop then. All right, Sonic the Hedgehog, number 80 by Ian Flynn, with art by Aaron Hammerstrom. It's pretty cool, like the whole gang and the Chaotix, they're just fighting robots. And then Rouge the Bat and Espio the Chameleon are trying to figure out oh gosh, I can't remember his name. One of the bad guys from before, they break into one of his secret bases for intel on what they were up to. And yeah, then at the end, we find some new bad guy has taken all of the Chaos Emeralds except for one and the Master Emerald. And then it says the road to Sonic 100 starts here. That's still 20 issues away. So it's like, are we really going to get 20 issues of build up? Probably not. There's probably going to be a good deal of filler in there, but I'm still excited of what they have built up for that. And also, it's like, holy shit, I can't believe that I have read 80 issues of this series since IDW took over. That's crazy.
Yeah, and it's for the most part, it sounds like it's all been pretty good.
Yeah, yep, I've loved every bit of it. I think it was such a good move from Archie to IDW.
Do you miss
So,
old Kenneth though?
oh, so much. But I always have original art to look back on. So I'll give that probably like an 8.5.
Right on, man. All right, so I'll do What's the Furthest Place from Here by Tyler Boss and Matthew Rosenberg. I like the art in this, but what do I always say every time I pick up this book? Because I'm like, I'm probably gonna pick up the next one.
Well, you say it's for hipsters.
Well, that's true, but I also say it's been so long since I read the last book. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Guess
Hmm.
what? It's been so long. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Who could have seen that coming?
Yeah. It's yeah, so I'm just like, okay, maybe when this is over, I'll get like an omnibus of it, and then I'll not read that for a couple of years and finally get caught up on it.
And probably love it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go, like maybe a six. It like the art's really good, and like I'm sure that there's something there that I could, that I would like, but I was also going like, what is any of this? I don't know. Release it better, guys.
All right. The Pale Knight, number 3 by Peter Milligan and Val Rodriguez. I think it's pretty dope. So the knight and his squire, they find this like I don't the knight's like tripping balls. He's like super sick. He doesn't know what's like a dream or like a hallucination. But he's trying to find his son, who Death says he's gonna kill if the knight doesn't kill this other knight. And so he has like a couple of weird visions. He saves this girl from being burned for being a witch. She heals him of the fever. And then they're like, hey, you should come with us. And she's like, no, 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 you've got enough company. And it's clear that she's talking about death and she just doesn't want to be around them, which is fair. But still, I mean, that's pretty much it. I can't say too much about it because I think I'm the only person in St. Louis that's reading it. But I think it's really cool. It really is just like a good medieval horror book. And I always look forward to the next issue. So I'm gonna give it an 8.
Nice, man. Alrighty. So The Thing, issue 3 by Tony Fleece and Just Mason on the art. Ben Grimm's fighting a bunch of people. Seems like his buddy that was in the last two issues has died. You get to see Ben Grimm throw Hammerhead at Bullseye. Just, he's doing a lot of different stuff, and he fights the Wrecking Crew, which is pretty cool. It's a fun book. I'm like, I'm liking where it's going. The way it ends, though, it's just like, I don't think that's gonna end up too well for old the ever-loving blue-eyed thing, because it's gonna have to fight a juggernaut. So,
Not gonna
yeah.
go well.
No, not at all, because I love the thing, but yeah, he's outclassed there. So, yeah, I mean, I liked it. It's 8.5 for me. I'd recommend it if you like just a fun book.
Nightwing Annual. It's by Dan Waters and Frank Avila. It's a thick boy. Frank Avila does the entire thing.
Nice.
And it's honestly, lately I haven't been super hot on it. This is some of his best work.
That is great.
And it's just like that good throughout. Um,
This
yeah,
makes me think Afterlife with Archie issue 37 is going to come out any day now.
yeah, sure it is. But it's just like really good. You know how sometimes annuals don't have shit to do with the main story? Well, this is like a background info on like the bad guy that's been creeping in the background of the regular Nightwing book and his underling. So it's very much needed backstory. It's like, yeah, this annual is the perfect opportunity for them to do that, and he does it really well. Um, and Frank Avila is, at the top of his game. So, oh, let me show you the first panel because I love the color comic book to the black and white regular thing that's
Yeah,
happening.
that is
Plus, it's the
awesome.
gray ghost, so it just looks awesome. But I thought it was really good. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. They killed it.
Pick of the week?
No,
Yeah, I think we might have the same pick of the week. Well, I mean, I might change mine, but
okay.
I only have our Muchis left.
Oh, well then I'll keep going.
Yeah, you'd better keep going, little slut.
Saddle down. All right. DC Sonic the Hedgehog #5 by Ian Flynn and Adam Bryce Thomas. Since it's the final issue, I don't want to give too many spoilers, but it was really fun. Heroes kind of saved the day. And there's a decent cliffhanger featuring one character from each universe. And I hope that they continue. I mean, if that god awful Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong gets a sequel, then this better too, because this was genuinely good stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Probably give the whole series a 9 out of 10. It's just a super fun crossover. I liked it.
Nice, man.
All right, DC's California Love. I got the Marcio Takara Supergirl variant
Nice.
because I like to support my boy Marcio. I will just kind of rapid fire some of these. There were a few that I did not read because I couldn't stand the art or I just didn't give a shit about the character. But there were
That
stories. Hmm?
I was gonna say that book's gotta be way too damn expensive to be skipping stuff like that, though.
I think, well, I read all of them but two.
Oh, okay.
But there's a Superman book, a Jimmy Olsen book, Power Girl and Ice, Bizarro, Lois Lane, Steel, Superboys, and Supergirl. So I didn't read Bizarro because I can't stand to read a whole fucking book where Bizarro is the narrator. It's so annoying.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Like that's the one part in All-Star Superman where like it kind of drug for me. Like I've read it like multiple times, but like every time I read it, I'm like, I love this book, but my goodness, I'm not a huge fan of this, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, it sucks. And then I didn't read the Steel one because I'm not a big fan of Junie Ba's art.
Yeah.
And then Superboy I kind of just skimmed because I was like, whatever. But I liked the Ice and Power Girl book because they just kind of have like a little coffee date. It's very slice of life, pretty good stuff. The only thing I didn't care for is like Power Girl tells Tora that she's like seeing somebody and how it's good for her life, a good balance to the superhero stuff. And she's like, you should try it too. She's like, yeah, yeah, you're right, I should. And at the end, she calls Guy and sets up a dinner date. It's like, you do not have to be with Guy. I realize that that was a thing in the 80s. You can move past it. But anyway,
Tom King's like, yeah, because Guy beats you. 'Cause that was what he had happen in his book.
yeah.
'Cause Tom King is a really good writer.
Well, that book was one of his better ones. The Supergirl or no, the Jimmy Olsen one was pretty fun because it's a callback to an old Jimmy Olsen where he dates uh a gorilla from Gorilla City.
Nice.
And now that gorilla is with Grodd and they end up at the same event and Jimmy has to like try to get a picture of her for the planet and Grodd like won't let her because not only is Grodd dating her, he's also his or her manager. And yeah, it sounds fucking
Did
crazy.
did I write this?
But it was very Silver Age in like the best way. And I know without a doubt that if you had read this, it would have been your favorite one too.
Yeah. No, I mean I can already tell it would be.
So it was pretty fun. In the end, Jimmy works it out with his ex and then gets his photo without Grodd's permission. But it was funny. And the last one is the Supergirl one, and it's okay. She like goes to have a beach day, and there ends up being some like eldritch horror that comes up out of the ocean. So she has to team up with Constantine to send it back. And then uh, in the end they get some food. It's like very platonic. It's not like a date or anything. They get some food and she's like, I'm kind of over this beach thing, and then she flies off. So I mean, it was fine. I'm gonna give this book a 7 because like they were fun summer stories, and the
Hmm.
Jimmy one made me laugh a lot. So
Good.
okay,
What order do you want to do these? Last one's in.
well, let's do Last Halloween, Hulk, Justice League.
Alrighty. So, Last Halloween by Jeff Loeb and Becky Cloonan's art. Becky Cloonan just fucking killed it. I'm just gonna start off by saying that. Loved her
Yep,
art in this. I wish she was doing the whole book because it's like it's Tim Sale light, but it's also like very much her own.
yep.
And it's like his character designs, you know what I mean? But like her style, if that makes sense to people
Hmm.
listening. And it's really, really good. Really like the story. I'm really in on this. It's like, how is this the same person doing Hush 2 right now? Because this is so much better.
Yeah, I mean, it's really not even close. Yeah, I really like Becky Cloonan. And not only that the character designs are good, but like these scenes, well, you can't see it, of just like this creepy background stuff, I think
Yeah,
is so good.
I agree. And all in all, it's just really great. You should be reading this one, not his Batman run. Um, yeah, it's probably 9.5 for me, maybe even a 10.
Yeah, it's a nine for me as well. Definitely pick of the week. I also like that they keep uh the memoriam for Tim at the end of the issues, even
Yep.
after all these years. I think that's great. So,
Yeah.
yep,
And so
really good stuff.
this is your pick of the week?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. It was tied between this and another one for me, so you know.
I'll be honest. Our Mutuies, I loved all of them.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we've got The Incredible Hulk, number 27, by Philip Kennedy Johnson and Kev Walker. I'll say Kev Walker is a good guest artist. That other guy I'm not super hot on, but I I like Kev's art on this book. I realize I think you're probably not gonna like this one because it's just like a filler story and we've gotten a bunch of those. And one of your big complaints is that the overall story isn't going anywhere, but I thought this was really good.
Respectfully, my friend, you're fucking wrong.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
No, yeah, no, dude, I loved it. I thought it was so
Oh,
good. I thought,
really?
yeah. When I
I
said you're
thought I
wrong, when I
okay.
said you're wrong, I meant you were just wrong that I wouldn't like this because I loved it.
Okay, good. Well, I'm
It
glad.
it makes me think of, I think it was a Peter David story, but it was like after Peter David's like big run, he just kind of got brought back to do a run with like an issue with Jay Lee that I remember having when I was a kid. And it was like the Hulk is or Bruce is talking to this like woman that that she's a married woman, but like they both have like this really great chemistry. Turns out she's a fucking ghost. And then like she was murdered by her husband, and like Hulk is like, very upset by that, when he kind of comes to this realization and he gets revenge for it. And it's like similar to this story, and it's great both times.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was killer. I mean, just to give those, that want the spoilers here, like a little kid, like Bruce runs into this, well, I won't say Bruce, Hulk runs into this little kid out in the woods, and it turns out that his dad is just like a thief, right? He's just robbing stuff and keeping some of the money, and they're always traveling around in a bus. And of course, the dad's an abusive piece of shit. And Hulk finds out that the dad gets the family, which is this kid, his mom, and then a baby wrapped up in some shady shit. And the dad is just gonna leave them. Uh, and that really pisses Hulk off. So he goes and just fucking kills the guy. And I was like, holy shit, I didn't think that he was gonna do that in this book, but he does, and it was so good.
Well, like, and then also though, because you were like, oh, this kid, but it's revealed that the dad already had killed his son and put him under the tree, and so it's like, that's what sent Hulk over the edge too. It's like, yeah, he hits his wife, and the dude takes off. I don't know why I laughed when I said he hits his wife. Like that was a poorly timed laugh.
Yes, it was.
But then like Hulk, catches this guy and like just goes to town. The art's amazing when it does that. For those listening, for those watching, you can see that. Looks great. Just like this is what a filler issue should be. It doesn't do much other than like, oh yeah, he's still dealing with the crap that he's dealing with, but it's awesome.
I would love to see this like animated or something. I would love to see the guy driving his bus and then Hulk just come out of nowhere and boom, just takes it
Right?
out. It would be so cool.
Yeah. So if you can't tell, I'm at like a 10 or a 9.5 also for this, and this is my pick of the week because it was gonna be this or the Long Halloween.
I know I'm kind of changing my answer now that we're talking about this. I was like, damn, you're right. This was a little bit better. So I think I will change my answer. I gave the other one a nine. This one I'll get a 9.5.
Yeah, it was just, dude, it was just really good. And it's like, there's been some of their fillers where I'm like, whatever. But this one, I'm like, yeah, it's cool. And he's kind of dealing with the crap he went through last time. So,
Yeah, for sure.
okay. But last up, it's Justice League Dark Tomorrow special. It's by Mark
I
Guggenheim. Huh?
Sorry, go ahead. I'll wait till you're done with the
Mark Guggenheim
credits.
and Mark Wade with Shine Tormey on the art.
I was just gonna say I wanted to show off my B cover by Nathan Zerdy.
Ooh, nice.
Pretty cool. The gold beetle there. I didn't even know who this was. I just saw this on the order form and I was like, that looks like blue and gold. I want
Yeah.
it.
I think as far as I know, she only appeared in like Jeremy Adams's Flash.
Okay. So do we know who the mom is?
I don't think so. We do know that she ends up dating one of I think Wally's son.
Oh,
So that's a thing. But yeah, so a character like multiple characters that I remember thinking were pretty cool die early on in this book. We get a Wave Rider. I'm like, this guy's awesome. He did. And then Hawk, but not Hawk, Extant did. And oh, we get Epoch and some other characters all dead, and we get this new guy. We don't know who he is, and then Gold Beetle shows up. And have you ever seen Amazing Man before?
oh
Because
yeah.
I saw him in other stuff, but like here lately, I've seen him kind of more just because of the Justice League stuff, and then that book Mark Wade's doing. But like, I never really.
He was big in John's and Robinson's JSA.
Oh, okay,
He's really cool actually.
yeah. He seems neat in this and funny, so
And I really like his costume, and I think the font on his A is just such a good design. It's very
yeah,
classic and clean.
yeah. I'll say this though, that type of green doesn't pop good enough for me. Like he should be red. I'm gonna say it. You know, the red and green
Interesting.
colorblind guy you should listen to when it comes to colors.
I'm sitting here like, it's a really bright green.
But yeah, the stuff with this guy, you know, the new guy that they got, the what is it, legendary? Is that what he calls himself?
Just legend, I think.
Okay. But or she, because that's another thing. There's
Hmm.
one part where I'm gonna say she because I don't know if this is a miswrite. I'm gonna see if I can find it again. Like did they because they can't say that it's like Hex and I've got history together. Again, literally. Can't say the same for Moonlight, though. Don't blame a girl for wishing.
Oh yeah, you're right. That does get said.
Yeah, but it's like you don't look like any girl I've ever seen before.
No, definitely looks very masculine.
But
That could just be to throw off somebody though. You know what I mean?
yeah. But yeah, his team or theirs team is gonna be Batman Beyond, Moonlight, The Huntress, Jonah Hex, Amazing Man, the what is it?
Airwave.
Airwave and then Gold Beetle.
And
Oh, and Plastic Man shows up, which is fun. I don't know
it
which
was
Plastic
fun.
Man. You know, if it's the present day or the past Plastic Man, but one of them.
That's true. I thought it was a really good team though. I was
Yeah,
like, this team is so fucking weird. I just know it's gonna work out, you know?
yep. I'll be honest, don't like the way I'm gonna blame Mark Wade for it, how he writes Jonah Hex, mostly because I hate when they give them accents.
Hmm. Okay.
It's just annoying.
Sure.
But yeah, it was pretty cool. I don't really know what's going on with the Legion of Superhero stuff still. Like I'm still kind of like meh with that, but you know, that's an ongoing thing. We'll see where that goes, but I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I wasn't expecting to, and I found out it wasn't a Justice League Dark book, but after reading it, I was like, man, this is actually just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I wish that we had figured out who Legend was, but maybe we will soon since it says that this continues in like Superman 28 or whatever. But yeah, I was really happy with it. I'm honestly probably like an 8.5 or a 9 for it.
Yeah, I'm probably at an 8. I let's just toss out some ideas. Who do you think Legend is?
Dude, I truly don't know. I feel if Mark is in this era where he's like, I'm gonna make it somebody that people just aren't gonna think of.
Yeah. Well, I was just trying to think of like time. Like my first guess, and I don't want to spoil why, but my first guess was Booster Gold. But then I'm like, the person literally said they're a girl, so I don't think it's Booster Gold.
Well, and also their skin complexion is very dark.
See, I didn't. Where do you see the skin? Because I didn't notice that. I thought I just saw the armor the whole time.
Mm. Oh, is it armor? Because like right here, I thought the arms it was just showing like dark skin.
Oh, see, I assumed that's part of their costume.
Okay, well, maybe it is then.
My other guess was it was gonna just be um Gold Beetle.
And see here, you can see the armor and then skin.
Oh, okay. See, I just assumed that was like a two-tone costume.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking it's skin, but I guess we'll know for sure whenever we find out who it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you're right. It could be Gold Beetle, and I feel like the skin complexion would maybe match up there too.
Yeah. It's just a lot
Because she
more.
mentions like I can't tell you who I am because it's gonna be a paradox. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
well then it's probably somebody here.
Yeah. But then like it's one of those things where it's like the narrator's lying because if it is her, she's then been around all these other characters that she's talking about. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Yeah,
an untrustworthy narrator is what you are.
yeah, that's true.
But okay, man, what are you excited about?
Um, I am gonna go with JSA, probably Moon Knight, and I'll go Birds of Prey.
Nice. I will go with Godzilla, um, Helverine, and Red Hulk.
All right.
All right. So since we talked a lot this week about shitty comic book movies, um, let's go with our Mount Rushmore of the comic book movies. So like, and when I say Mount Rushmore, it doesn't have to be your favorites. Like really when I think of Mount Rushmore, I think like the bests. So like, or most important even though Mount Rushmore is really not either of those because it's like just most important or best. What's Thomas Jefferson doing up there?
Dude, this is like extremely tough. To just pick four is
Yeah.
so tough. And the thing is, like, I'm gonna list four, and I'm gonna leave off one that I super fucking love that I just am not thinking of. So the three that come to mind immediately are Spider-Man 2, Batman Begins, and Winter Soldier. Um, Not that like Spider-Man 2 did anything so different than the first Spider-Man movie, but like those two totally in a league of their own, I think.
Hmm.
Um, Batman Begins is just my personal favorite of the Nolan movies, and I think, especially by today's standards, even Dark Knight Rises is like pretty fucking good compared to some stuff we get nowadays, even though
It,
it's my least favorite of that trilogy.
dude, Batman Begins is my favorite too, and I was seeing a rating. It's the lowest rated of the three, which I just think is bonkers. Like I get Dark Knight being rated higher, but like Batman Begins is just a better movie than Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah,
I don't care.
yeah, 100%. And then Winter Soldier, I think, was just like apart from the first Avengers, them doing like the team thing, but the stakes weren't too fucking high yet, like they have been
Hmm.
every time since then. And I know you and I differ on that movie, but I think it's a killer movie, and I like
Yeah.
Bucky.
That's one of those movies where I fucking loved when I saw it in theaters, and then I just watched it too much because it was on FX all the time, and I'm like, I don't really care much for this anymore.
Yeah,
And then you got one more, if
yeah.
you can think of one. Love and Thunder.
Um, gosh, it could be like Logan maybe. Um, yeah, fuck it, Logan. I
All right,
that one's always gonna be on a tops list. It's very solid.
right on.
And that's how you do a like character's final hurrah, even though they eventually, of course, brought him back for Deadpool. But that was a
Yeah.
great fucking movie.
Alrighty. So mine, I'd go like my first two, same universe as your first two, but different order. Spider-Man 1, I think is like really important. You have to put that out there because like I mean X-Men I think came out first, but like Spider-Man 1 made tons of money. It kind of showed now like places like people want to see this. Get this shit out there. And it took them a while to kind of figure out what they were doing, but that one was an important one. And then
Yeah,
The Dark Knight. Again, it made $1 billion. It just showed how big of a box office draw they were. I'd go Iron Man as another one that's really important because it's like that was the first of the Marvel movies. That was kind of what we wouldn't have, which it's like maybe it would be better if we didn't have Iron Man to begin with, but we wouldn't have what we had, like all the crap that we have now. And then I was trying to think of the last one. I'm gonna go with the Christopher Reeve Superman movie because it's like, yeah, if that hadn't worked, I was listening to What Went Wrong, and it's like that movie shouldn't have worked. And if that hadn't worked, it's like, yeah, we probably wouldn't have had any of these superhero movies. Probably DC would have been bought by a different company by now.
right. So, importance aside, is Spider-Man 1 your favorite superhero movie?
Probably not my favorite superhero movie, but it's up there. It'd be for sure in the top five.
Well, but can you think of what your favorite is, though? Is,
I think
is
I
more
like
what I'm
Batman
getting at.
Begins more. I mean, I
Yeah.
think that would be up there for sure. Um, Iron Man's, I think Spider-Man's higher than Iron Man. Um, can we go with any type of any type of Batman movie? 'Cause Mask of the Phantasm's number one.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of has to count.
Yeah, so that one would be my number one, probably my favorite.
I didn't even think about animated
Yeah,
stuff.
that would be my favorite superhero movie probably because it's just so gosh darn good.
Yeah. So is Return of the Joker. I think that one's really good too.
It is, and like even it like this one just feels kind of like a longer episode, but that Sub-Zero one,
Yeah.
it's like yeah, it's not as good as Mask of the Phantasm, but it's still darn good.
Yeah. Anything that's Batman animated series is better than most what we have
Yeah,
elsewhere. Cool. All right. Well, that's the end of our episode, folks. Casey, what do you want the folks to let us know?
let us know, favorite Spider-Man costumes and let us know why it's that weird one that was at the Billy Lee's VHS video that we could get when we were like really young, but I never remember watching it because my mom hated it, but my sister always wanted to watch it, but we could always see the picture of like this guy that looked like he was like kind of like not in the best shape Spider-Man and like a costume that was like Halloween, like a Halloween costume, like on the cover like this. It was like made for TV movie that was at Billy Lee's when I was a kid. Like maybe that one's your favorite. I don't know. But just let us know down below.
Holy shit.
And
All
then
right,
like
folks.
let us know anything else that I said earlier on too, like Mount Rushmore movies, what you read, what you're reading now, any of that stuff.
There you have it. We would love to stay in chat, but Casey and I have to go lock down the 0506 Milwaukee Bucks roster. So we got to go and we'll catch you next time. See ya.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Two Worlds Podcast. You can follow us on Instagram at Two Worlds Pod, on Twitter at two_worlds_PC, and on Facebook at facebook.com/twoworldspodcast.
You can email us with any questions or comments at twoworldspodcast@gmail.com. And if you would, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are Two Worlds Podcast on YouTube.